is in place. Keep your eye on your lane. Steady with your pace. I know it's been so hard to go against the 10. I know you want that to win.
Hey, everybody. It's your crazy cowgirl, Miserella DeVille, and this is the City Cowgirl Podcast. Let's say hi to our fabulous co host.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Bourbon Barbie. How are you today, girlie?
Hey, I'm good, and I hope you are too. We are here. We are ecstatic. We're in our gear, and we're
Period.
ready to get down to it all. Happy May, everybody. And just know this month is all for the ladies and, of course, our children.
Yes, oh my gosh. Yes, so happy May. I'm so excited to be here and let's get down to business.
Before we jump into our juicy bits, we want to start our podcast with a little bit of love and support. After all, our goal here is to heal.
We'll be covering topics from life lessons to cooking recipes to detoxing and meditating and so much more. This month, we decided to start with a women's and children's health awareness.
I know that's right. I'm so excited to
Mm-mm-mm.
just jump right to the point. But before we begin, we want to explain our purpose here at the City Cowgirl Podcast. The City Cowgirl Podcast goals are to provide a safe place to respectfully crash out to avoid the crash out in IRL, all the while allowing your community to uplift you with our prayers, our familiar experiences, and with our words and resources of encouragement. We intend to invest in our community and we welcome community interactions on our socials about the topics we bring to our podcast. Any topic suggestions are welcomed and encouraged. Just send us an email at thecitycowgirlpod@gmail.com. We'd like to remind everyone that the intention of this podcast is to remain respectful, even in disagreements. This isn't a place to degrade nor diminish the views of our community members. Any and all violators are subject to limitations and/or removal. This is a place where you share your own experiences and the effects they have on you and the others around you. Remember, we are all in this together. Welcome to the City Cowgirl Podcast.
Yay. All right. So now that y'all know about the podcast, let's share a little bit about ourselves. You want to start?
Yeah, sure.
Fans?
So I'm big on being a silent dreamer.
Mhm.
I've learned when you tell your dreams, people be plotting against them, praying against them,
Right.
hoping against them. So big on the silent dreamer part here.
Period. Period.
And the one thing I do love to do is make my dreams come true because if I'm not gonna do it, I don't know who is. So it's gonna be me. Okay.
Facts. Facts.
I have recently found myself striving for my own avenue in life, along with homesteading. I mean, I'm talking, I really want land. I really want pasture. I really want animals. I want to give my kids structure and stability. So there's definitely a lifestyle I'm trying to achieve and prosper in, and there's definitely generational wealth that I'm trying to provide to my family. I'm also here because I feel like the healing journey is so lonely, but a journey we all need to take. And I feel like there should be a place for us. And I feel like this could be the place for women that are on their healing journey. So
Hmm.
I'm excited. What about you, Shay Shay?
Yeah. So I'm here to basically heal certain parts of me that I feel like I have just pushed to the back burner. I feel like I'm always there for other people and making sure they're good, that I completely lost myself and forgot to take care of me. So I'm just hoping like with this podcast I can be able to like reach those goals and learn to take care of me and not focus on other people as much as I have. And also hopefully this podcast will be able to help others that's in my same position as well.
Well, I love that for you. And I hope to learn plenty from what you do learn here because I definitely
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
similar struggles for sure.
Yeah.
So let's begin and let's start with covering the children first. So
Okay.
let's
All
start with
right.
children's health.
Period. All right. So because period. So when it comes to children's health, we need to know everything.
Yeah, because I mean, hello, we're the parents. We should be educated.
Except for me, I don't have
That
human
that includes
children.
fur babies. Do you know how much I've had to learn about freaking animals and how to care for them? Like,
Bruh.
oh
Oh my
my gosh,
god.
they need attention too.
Okay. For real.
But now there is too much to cover in one episode. So we're just going to start with a few key notes when it comes to our children. We can definitely begin with nutritional intake, meaning how the heck do we get these babies to try new foods, let alone eat? It's an everyday struggle and we need tips.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing I know that works for some children is if they, if they see an adult eating something that they probably have never seen before or had before, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna want to try it. I know like my little brother and my little cousins, when I would, babysit them and stuff like that, anytime they'll see me eating something, they'd be like, "Oh, what is that?" So, I feel like a lot of children, they're always curious about foods that they never had before. So, even if you want to get them to eat vegetables, if they have never ate it before, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to try it because they're gonna think, they don't know what it tastes like. So, I feel like that's a good, not really a tip, but I feel like that's just all children that do that.
I will say it's facts.
Yeah.
Little bit when my kid was just trying new foods. I mean, he screamed at me when I ate. Like if I wasn't sharing what I had on my plate, the boy would scream at me the entire time. So he was
Bruh.
definitely big on some salmon because he. I definitely gave him some salmon to try. For my daughter,
Okay.
it is pretty much the same. If you got
Mm,
something that's different on your plate, she wants what's on
mm,
your plate.
yeah.
Like my daughter, she'll even try buffalo chicken if she sees you
Period.
eating it. And I'm
That
like, dang,
sound
okay,
good.
girl, go ahead and get your grub on.
Okay.
Um, but for my son, it's definitely been a struggle. In my household, for him, we had to supplement. So the first
Mm,
struggle was after some caregivers introduced candy. Um, I guess I didn't make it clear enough when I was giving them like those push pop freezy
mm,
things.
mm.
Like this is his candy. Don't give him nothing else. Like I guess that wasn't
Right,
clear enough.
right.
So
R-
they definitely gave him candy and sweetened him up and put him onto that sugar life.
Lord.
And once that happened, he kind of just switched up and was like, I don't want to eat
Mm,
anything that I used to eat. And like, oh my gosh, like I was having my kid eating Alfredo, Caesar
bruh.
salad. Like this boy was like, yeah, I want to eat everything you're eating, mom. Like it was great. So
Okay.
that was really hard for me because during that time I was I guess a temporary single mother. So it
Mm,
was like, dang, I had trusted these people to make sure that my kid was being taken care
mm-hmm.
of properly.
Right,
And
right,
yes,
right.
they did that, no
Yeah.
doubt. But my biggest worry was his food intake. And that definitely,
Mm,
it was for right reasons because here
mm-hmm.
we are struggling now. Um, so the second struggle was getting him to drink milk. Because I'm like, dang, if you're not going to eat, the least you can do is drink milk. Now,
Right.
I don't know why that's kind of a big thing that us parents do. You need to drink your milk. You need to drink your milk because my kids are thriving and they barely freaking drink it. Uh,
Okay.
and I think that's just something that we've done for generations.
Mm,
But like my kids were exclusively breastfed. So I know they got the nutrients they need from milk. Like they good.
right, right, right.
But I wanted to maintain that intake. So that was really hard when he was like, no, no milk, no milk, no milk, especially when he was done breastfeeding. But
Mm,
luckily, I had installed in him that everything he does requires that he drinks water. Oh, you're hurt, drink water. Oh, you're happy, drink water. Oh, you play, drink water. Are you tired, drink
right.
water. Like anything, drink water, drink water. So that boy, water, water, water. I'm like, yes, at
Mm,
least he's hydrated. Um,
right.
Okay, but back to it. So we had to supplement for my kid. We did get him on milk. It was a struggle. We started with
Mm,
almond chocolate milk. So he definitely had the
mm,
sugar option. Then I started reading about how it's really bad for kids' teeth, just even regular almond
mm,
milk. There's a lot of sugar in there. So I was like, dang, now I feel bad. But regular chocolate milk was just so thick and sugary in itself. I was like, yeah,
mm,
no. So we did some research, not a lot, but we came across this company called Hiya, Hiya.
Uh-huh.
And basically, it's a supplement, nutritional supplement. It provides you nutritional supplements,
Mhm.
vitamins, and other stuff for toddlers and I think kids above 2.
Okay.
So we chose to get the cocoa flavor of their super greens powder. So you look in the ingredients and it's got like every vegetable you can think of. The cocoa is cocoa
Mm.
powder. It's not some fake chocolate. You can definitely tell the difference.
Mm.
And we mix it with his milk. So that's been nice. And then we
Mhm.
also give him, gummies as well. And
Ooh.
obviously, I am not a doctor, so I don't know the big impacts it's having, but his energy's been right. Um,
Mm.
I don't know. I think it's working to an extent. We just started, so it's a little
Is
bit
it
hard to
the
say. But so I never thought I'd be like having to supplement for my kids. You know what I
right,
mean? But
right,
as
right.
a responsible parent, it's just something that you have to do if needed.
Mm. That's cool. Is it the Flintstone gummies that you give them?
No, girl,
Oh.
them is trash.
Girl,
No,
don't
um,
do that. Don't do them like that.
we were giving him Nature's Promise. I think we
Oh,
switched it
okay.
up, and I can't see it. It's behind the TV, but we
Mm.
did switch it up this time. But all natural,
Okay, okay.
vegetable intake. Like I look at, like it can't have dyes. I do not
Mm.
give him any of the gummy vitamins that are covered in sugar.
Mm.
Like that's I don't know why they do that for kids. It is so wrong.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I read them ingredients like for
Yeah,
sure.
and that's what you got to do, though. That's what you have to do. Read ingredients on everything, whether it's pills or food. You got to do that. Like,
For
what the
sure, for
freak?
sure.
Man, well, that's interesting though. I've never heard of Haya, so I'm glad I know that now for any person that needs that in the future that I know of will need it.
Yeah.
But I will need to do some research. But that's crazy that you say that because my little brother, he's lactose intolerant. So my mom had to switch his milk because they put him on the sensitive milk when he got out of the hospital, and that
Mhm.
sensitive milk was like really like messing up his stomach like bad, like it wouldn't stay down. He had really bad acid reflux, so anytime he would drink it, he just throwing it right back up. So my mom had to, switch his milk around to something better for him, which I'm glad she did. But either way it goes, as he got older, he still drank the milk that he wasn't supposed to drink. He didn't care as long as he really
But what
didn't
is
care, girl. He didn't
it's
care.
a dude thing. They're like, I'm lactose and I'm gonna fart all the time, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he didn't
drink a jug
care.
of milk a day.
Right. Like, bruh. I was
Like
like, what the heck? Like, he didn't care. Like, as long as he was able to make his strawberry and chocolate milk, honey, baby,
yeah.
milk is milk to him. Like, what the heck?
But bringing up, I love that you brought up like allergies to formulas and milk
Mm,
because
mm,
I think that it's so much more common than it used to be. Like
mm,
when I tried, like I said, I exclusively breastfed my son. But
mm,
man, did I want to? Not
mm.
necessarily. I wanted to do
Right.
half and half, but I got the regular formula.
Mm,
Nah, it was a no go. So we tried sensitive. We were still getting the same no go, no
mm,
bad effects on his tummy. He kept stiffening his body because he couldn't digest it. And I'm like, dang,
mm.
it was already a little bit harder for him to digest breast milk. So I was like,
Right.
oh, okay. And on his dad's side, there was some health issues around one of the babies. So I was just like, I was terrified. Like, oh my
Right.
God, like I
Right.
don't know what to do. I don't want to give him something bad.
Right.
So I tried formula, didn't fucking work. It didn't work, and that's
Mm,
okay. So I just went back to breastfeeding. But
right.
I have noticed in recent parenthood that
Mm,
many kids are lactose, and it goes
mm,
unnoticed by the parents. And if they are, and sometimes even they go noticed, but like the parents are like not making a big deal about it. And I'm like,
mm-hmm.
make a big deal about it. Show your kid that it's important to take the right type of care of themselves
Right.
so that when they are older, that they invest in themselves. So it's a little
Mm-hmm.
sad to see that, that's one of the main things that go unnoticed because you're like, first of all, us parents are kind of stuck in survival mode at the moment. So we're all just
Mm,
like trying to make it to the next day. So it's really
mm,
hard. But yeah, I noticed that. I can really just say it's based off trial and error. Like I
Mhm.
went as far as giving my daughter goat milk
Mm.
formula because I was like, I don't want to put her through what, we had to put her brother through
Right.
and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right.
But it is important for parents, mothers to know the signs of formula or milk allergies.
Mhm.
A lot of
For
it is
real.
bloated tummies, a lot of it is stiffened bodies. Your kids will let you know. Don't ignore those signs.
Mhm. For real, for real. Honestly, I absolutely, I definitely agree. But to sidetrack real quick, let's talk about the fact that they are recalling so much stuff, and now all these food brands are coming out with healthier. I would say it's just less toxic, but they are coming with better versions of what they've been feeding us this whole time.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like this whole time they knew what they were doing to us as a whole, and they really don't care. Like it makes me irritated because it's just like y'all okay with out here just feeding people like for example, when I be talking about McDonald's, that meat is very much processed. Like, oh, not even that. When we were in high school, you remember in high school when we was getting those burgers and them burgers were gray, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Speaking of
That,
McDonald's, did
bruh,
anybody see the owner take that little ass bite? I was
bruh.
never gonna forget that. Oh, my mouth is small. Okay,
Like
but if it was a
what?
real juicy burger, your ass would have took a big bite. But look,
Okay, bruh.
that right
Why did
there
he do
told me
that?
everything I needed to know. Like, all right,
Yeah.
McDonald's, you're out. You cost the same as
Right.
Arby's. I'm gonna just go to where the meat is fresh, baby.
Okay. For real. Okay. I'm just like, sir. And then, they so petty. Burger King got the nerve to have the CEO come up here and take a bigger bite of their burger. I said,
As they
you
should, because them burgers
know.
is good, okay?
Okay.
And you know
Okay.
what? Burger King has always been one up. They gave you a Impossible Whopper. Like at least they're trying to provide
Exactly.
healthy options.
Exactly. Even if my cousin eats it, and mind you, my cousin, he used to be a vegan. So he was vegan for some years. If he eats a vegan burger from Burger King and say it's good, come on now. He won't even eat McDonald's, but he'll eat Burger King. Really? Like,
Yeah,
bro,
like
I'm just like, what the freak? Like, what be going on? Like, let me know. How do you feel about it? Like, for real.
girl, let me tell you. First of all, I'm outraged. I'm furious, and I feel straight up lied to. I feel like our other generations before us did not do their due diligence over the year and blindly
Okay.
trusted the government and all those big corporations. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
I'm I feel lied to and betrayed because these same companies ain't selling this crap to other countries that have
Mm-hmm.
proper regulations. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, we done funded all these dang wars over the
Mm-hmm.
years, over the decades, over the generations. We done put our lives
Right.
on the line. We done forgave for slavery. We done did all this stuff, and y'all been poisoning us this whole time. It's just like,
Whole
what the
time
hell? Where's our money going if you're not even trying to better your America. Like I
in
feel
their
like they
pockets.
just stealing from us. Yes, just one big scam. But I will say, with the new stuff that they're trying to push out, I applaud it. About freaking time, okay? First of all, I'm like, uh, hot Cheetos. I've been eating those since a kid. I'm addicted to red
Mm-mm.
dye because of hot Cheetos, and it's their fault. Now they got this bag of hot Cheetos with no dye. Like what? What the
Mm.
Bing came out with that and gave it to like you knew hot Cheetos were for kids, not adults, and y'all still did it. So with that being said, my family has been trying the new stuff. And you can definitely tell off bad.
Bruh.
They've been flavor bombing us with the old stuff. And it's definitely a mind adjustment because, like, when I first had it, I was like, oh my God, these are so much better. I love them. I love them. I love them. I got them. I ate them a couple times, and I'm like, I won't smash a bag of the new stuff like you would smash a whole bag of hot Cheetos. Like the addicting, zingy part that the old hot Cheetos give, these ones don't give. And it's a mind, it's a mind adjustment that you have to make because
Mm.
what we are is addicted to the dyes and the artificial flavors. But you have
Mm.
to remind yourself, at least you're not poisoning yourself. And that's kind of what just makes it so much better, I guess.
Man, all right. So yeah, I definitely agree. They are. basically just using us as like test dummies, which I feel like is bogus as hell because we aren't people you just like, run your test on. And then if it don't go your way, oh, we're done. Like, that trial didn't
Right.
work. On to the next one. Like, what? Like,
What
that's
yeah, what
so,
happened to the people that sign up for these tests and get paid? Like they just out
they
here.
really do
No,
that
no
though.
one will know. No one will know that we're
Yeah.
putting new poisons in this shit. Fucking hate it.
Okay. Because it's just like, if it goes left for somebody to come and get paid to test something, then what? What's going to happen? Like, you just like, oh, we're just going to move on to the next one. It didn't work with them. Bye. Oh,
Yeah.
I
No, and
just,
like, and a lot of people,
ugh.
okay, I don't know. I didn't look into this yet, but I had
Hmm.
just came across a little post this morning when I was scrolling. And they're like,
Hmm.
anybody ever notice how you don't really hear about McDonald's funding having anything to do with any like farming or butchering places and
That's
like that,
true.
but they got their hands deep in with the cancer
Hmm.
programs and stuff like that. They know what they're doing,
They
bro.
know what
They
they
know what
doing.
they're doing is all I can say. All I can say is they had a get rich scheme, right?
Okay,
On
okay. They definitely
America,
did.
on the whole of America, and America freaking fell for it. Why? Because we've had these selfish leaders in place forever.
Hmm.
But we
Girl.
can go ahead and move on to the next. Next we want to cover something a little bit more controversial, like if that wasn't controversial.
Bruh.
We want to touch base with how to respect children's voices and emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I feel like as I grew up, children's voices and they wasn't really heard. And I realized that it's not just my generation, it's my grandma generation and my mom's generation as well. So where they really couldn't voice themselves as children, and it really sucks because with no voice, it's like no one cares about what you have to say. Like no one cares, no one believes you because you're a child, you don't know no better, and that's sad.
Yeah, I feel it. And like it's also sad because you know what? Honestly, I didn't really think about the fact that it has gone on for generations. But I
Hmm.
mean, I should have. It makes complete sense onto why it's so hard to teach your kids how to voice their emotions
Hmm.
correctly. And
Hmm.
it makes it 10 times harder on how to respond as a parent that's never learned that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I definitely appreciate that you bring that out because like I don't know, I'm a little bit self-centered. So like I'm like, huh, did my mama ever have to be quiet? Not really,
Right.
but that's just because she, you know what I mean.
Hmm.
They were vocal in her family, man. They'll let you know how
Yeah.
they feel, whether it's through someone or through themselves. But not
Right.
everybody had that, so for
Yeah.
show.
For
For me,
real.
it just felt like for me, I felt like it wasn't something that they lacked in teaching. On my end,
Mm.
it felt like they're just embarrassed to admit their faults. So there's definitely a
Mm.
fine line, and it definitely depends on how honest you want to be with yourself.
Mhm.
Um, but in order to change your ways and allow your kids to have that voice you always wanted, you have
Mhm.
to learn new tricks and new
Mhm.
techniques, and you have to broaden your knowledge, and you don't, you have to take something that you've probably never seen before and give it a try.
Right. That's true. That's definitely true. I it's crazy how it's been going on for like as long as it has, and then like still to this day there's still it's like where it's like they can't children can't voice themselves, and it sucks because it's like it makes me think like, well, how many situations have I been in where I felt like I couldn't voice myself and then realize it's not the fact that you can't voice yourself, it's just that no one will believe you. And then you don't feel like you're a believable person. So you carry on with whatever you have going on through your whole life, not saying nothing, not speaking up, you're just mute. Like that's really sad. That's
So, little
sad, sad.
sidetrack here. I noticed with our generation and the younger generations, we just accept what is given to us instead
Yeah.
of speaking up for ourselves. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bogey. This is just bogus. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We deserve to speak up for ourselves. Someone broke my
Mhm.
phone while trying to fix it. I deserve to speak up. Not just like,
Right.
oh, okay, that's how it goes. Like,
Right.
but for me, it's been now back to topic. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
um, for me as a mother, um, coming from a place where I did not feel like my voice mattered, it's definitely been a
Mm.
struggle because you want to be heard. Parents want to be heard just as much as the kids.
Mhm.
Um, and we're the adults. So even
Mhm.
though we want to be heard, we have to understand that that's probably not going to happen in the moment we're saying it.
Mm.
It's about, for me, it's about trying to find a way while you're in the moment. Like I said,
Right.
especially when you're burnt out or just an exhausted parent, it makes it 10 times harder. I
Right.
learned a lot by trial and error. In like, even to this day, it's still a struggle. I'm still failing at it. I mean, there was a point where I was like, oh my God, I just can't. Let me just drop my kid off at daycare. Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? I just can't
Mhm.
figure out what he's saying right now. And I have life to fucking survive in. This is hard. Like, stuff like that. But when I was given the time and space to learn a little
Mhm.
bit more about the type of mom I wanted to be,
Mhm.
I did learn that, like, trying to figure out what they're trying to say, like, for example, is like pointless.
Mm.
You want them to try to figure out what they're trying to say. So you don't want to be like, "Oh,
Right.
I don't understand you." You want to be like, "Oh, I'm having a hard time. Can you tell me what color it is?
Mhm.
Does it have a smell? Is it from a TV show?
Right. Right. Right.
Where was this last? Do you have it in the house? Can you
Mhm.
go get it? Can you point to it?" Like,
Mhm.
engaging questions, not "What are you saying? I don't know. What are
Right.
you saying? Is it
Right.
this? Is it that?" Let me tell you, don't guess what it is. Okay, just ask more questions. Do not guess what
Right.
it is. Your kid will take
Right.
your head off.
Okay, for real.
um, but um, that also helps them stay focused instead of
Mhm.
frustrated. And I
Right.
think and I think that it doesn't always work, of course. My kid gets frustrated to this day. You don't understand what I'm saying, and I'm like, buddy, I'm trying. But like,
Mhm.
if I get frustrated while he's getting frustrated, then we're really not going anywhere.
Right. Right.
So when you're trying to listen to your kids and understand your kids, just remember it's not about you actually understanding. It's about you making them feel understood.
Mhm. That's true. That's true. I definitely agree with that. I feel like at a young age, some children have experienced some sort of trauma and they couldn't voice themselves because they felt like no one would believe them with that too as well. Um, Me, when I was at a young age, luckily for me, when I was at a young age, I didn't experience that. I was able to be able to voice myself to my mom and she believed me and didn't second guess it. So I really appreciate her for that. I really love her for that. But for the ones that don't have parents like that or a mom like that, I I just pray for you. I really do.
Yeah, and you know what? People like us, we need those prayers
Yeah.
because it's one thing to have daddy issues, but when you got both
Hmm.
mommy and daddy issues, man, you
Right.
one lost soul in this world, and it's hard to find yourself before the world chews you up and spits you out. We'll
Yeah.
just put it that way.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that trauma and not being believed
Hmm.
is a definitely has a big impact on how they try to express themselves. With
Right.
my son, it was like he had a tough bring up the first few years, and I can tell that's why he just gets so frustrated so easily because he done
Hmm.
seen, his parents get frustrated with each other so easily, and he done
Right.
seen,
Right.
when someone expresses their feelings that they got dismissed, and
Hmm.
and I'm just like, I feel for my kid. So like I'm doing everything now to figure out how to redirect everything that he's had to experience.
Hmm.
But I also know that it's gonna take a while.
Hmm.
My biggest reminder to myself as a parent though is to try not to return the energy they give. They don't know
Right.
what they're giving. They don't know how to
Right.
regulate what they're giving. They just
Hmm.
feel this emotion, you know along with trying to provide a place for them to feel their frustration without consequence.
Right.
I
Right.
think that is one of the most lack things when it comes to our children. We're always like,
Mm.
what? You're upset because I didn't like taking it personal. Like, don't
Right.
freaking
Right.
take it personal because
Right.
they are not understanding half of what we can understand.
Mm.
Um, so I definitely, I definitely know I have room for improvement. I'd love to hear some
Mm.
other people's techniques. Now, I'm not going to get into gentle parenting versus not gentle parenting because to each his own. Each kid is
Okay.
different. Each scenario is
X.
different. But
Right.
I definitely want to approach my kids with more softer tones,
Mm.
even when I am stressed out,
Right.
which is so hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's so very hard. Like there's times where there's days where I'm like, I fucking failed today. I didn't give him the time of day. I didn't give him a chance to calmly explain. Like I'd be feeling like a straight up failure with my
Mm.
kid, with my son.
Yeah.
But every day's a new day to try again. And I know one day I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna give my son his flowers for learning with me instead of
Right.
being blessed with a mother who learned before him.
Man, I can honestly say though, after like us being on the phone and on FaceTime, when I see you or like, oh, when we're just like regular call and I hear you talking to him, it's just like you give him attention. It's not like, I don't want you to ever feel like you be like, oh, I didn't do this and this. No, trust me, even when we be doing what we doing and whatnot, you still are willing to give him the attention even when you're busy. So
Yeah, I
in my
appreciate.
preference, you're a good mommy.
Thank you.
You're
And like
welcome.
most of, and I had to I had to know, but to get to that point, I had to
Mm-hmm.
realize that most of my frustration is not with my son,
Mm-hmm.
it's with his father.
Yeah.
And and then I had to understand that my kid does not deserve, you know what I mean?
Mm,
The
yeah.
the reactions that I give when I'm upset with his dad. So I try to
Right.
keep that separate as much as possible.
Mm,
But there's moments where I'm like, dang, I didn't do a very good job. I got to
mm.
do better. But
But
that's,
what does that mean though? Like what I never understood that like the frustration that moms get with their sons because they're mad at their fathers because they look like them or because of that
no,
it's a man.
because when a man sends you through emotional quarrels and
Mhm.
issues,
Mhm.
it's really hard to stop feeling that way and go tend and be nurturing to your kid.
Yeah.
Um and it's not, I don't ever treat my son out of place because I'm mad at his dad,
Mhm.
but when I'm mad at his dad, upset with his dad, frustrated with his dad, and his dad's not doing
Mhm.
what he needs to do, it restricts my ability
Mm.
to get out of my survival mode and be more
Mhm.
nurturing. Now, if
Okay.
I'm being catered to and I'm being tended to and I don't have any quarrels or issues,
Mhm.
the love is there, baby. I don't
Right.
have, my
Right.
mind's not distracted. My mind's not upset. But when my
Right.
mind's upset, it is hard for me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to snap at you, my love. I'm frustrated with grown up things. You did not
Mhm.
deserve that. Let's start
Right.
over. And it's a lot
Right.
of let's start over, Isaiah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come at you that way.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
but it's an emotional state
Yeah.
when you have these feelings with the father of your children and you're
Mhm.
struggling with them. I mean, how can you be the best mother that you can be? It's
Mhm.
really freaking hard because like I'm like I don't want to fake it. I'm upset. But at the
Right.
same time, I don't want to show my kids I'm upset and you can go take it on the next person. So I'm still
Right.
learning. I ain't perfect. I'm telling you, I struggle every day with that.
Right. Yeah. I
But thanks for
definitely.
asking. I definitely love having to explain
Yeah.
that because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, she's treating her kid it because her man ain't like." Nah, it's not that.
Yeah.
I definitely
I never
correct myself
understood
as much as
that.
I can, but don't get it twisted. There are parents that move out of spite of their partner, and
Mhm.
that ain't for me. That ain't for me.
Mm.
Nope, I can't do that, and I can't witness that. I'm gonna straight look. Don't
Mm.
yell at that kid because you mad at his dad. Because I'm gonna
Right.
look him in the mirror and tell myself that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right.
But yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
So,
Yeah.
and this is something that I would have never even like learned or experienced without kids. So,
Mm. Mm.
definitely don't judge your mothers if you ain't one, but just be
Okay.
prepared. You gonna find out a lot when you become one.
Okay. Period.
But next, let's
Period.
see. We are going to talk about a couple different parenting techniques.
Period.
Um, they are called toxic, healing, and healthy parental limits. So these techniques are different known ways of parenting. Toxic being the place we do not want to be in, y'all. Let's identify what that means. So
Yes.
when we talk about toxic parental limits, we're basically talking about the parental limits that are being set that actually cause harm to the children,
Mm,
that create persistent dysfunction, that carry
mm,
forward negative patterns. So you're
mm,
creating negative generational cycles, such as screaming or lack of emotional safety.
mhm.
A form of that is called toxic communication. Basically, using phrases that shame or threaten, such as "I'll give you something to cry about," or using guilt to manage behavior. For me, that's basically saying if you don't listen, then I'll do that or this in consequence. Um,
Basically, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
and don't get me wrong, I've had to do it a few times. I
Yeah.
learned that that's not the type of parenting that I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but certain times it calls for short measures.
Listen, sometimes you gotta.
But you have to understand that if that's a way you're gonna go, then you need to turn around, make the time, like a minute or two after, to
Mm,
explain to your kid what you meant and why. Why you did
right.
not explain to them in the moment,
Right.
and everything. You just explain.
Yeah. 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 I get what you mean.
Yeah. And then okay, so another form is control and fear. Using control and fear. So prioritizing control like obedience, you need to obey what I'm
Oh,
saying.
excuse me. Right.
Um over the child's well-being. Like your kid doesn't even know what you're saying. So telling them
Mm-hmm.
to obey, like come on now. This ain't no dog training shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Um
Right. They ain't no
but
dogs.
for me that means kind of like, for me that's a reminder. Younger children
Mm,
don't just listen to what they are told, so
mm,
expecting that and threatening negative outcomes is so unrealistic.
yeah.
Sometimes it requires further explanation, like I was saying, explaining what you mean and how it makes you feel to start, explaining that what their actions will lead to, explaining why the consequences will be what they will be.
Mm,
Like, kids are not mind readers. Kids, this is their first time here on Earth. They need
mm-hmm.
explanation for why the sky is freaking blue. So don't
Okay.
assume because you've done laid down the law or put your foot down or they know where
Mm-hmm.
you stand that they understand. They forget
Right.
every day they got a new brain functioning
X.
part or whatever. Like, so don't,
Okay.
like, it's just, and it's hard. It's hard because you're like, when we become parents, it's almost like you completely forget what it was like being a kid. You know what
Mm,
I mean? And of course, we don't remember the time from when we were born to 5 years old. We barely remember those.
mm-hmm.
But them is the hardest times for parents to parent their kids. But the most
Yeah.
important, let me say, like, it starts there. Don't lack. Don't think you got time when it comes to the parenting. Get the healthy techniques learned right away so that you
Okay.
aren't having to redirect in the future, you know?
Okay. Period. Speaking of healing techniques, that is our next topic. So healing techniques. Basically what facilitates recovery. So healing involves breaking these patterns by creating a new, supportive, and emotional secure environment. So setting boundaries. Basically creating a safe space by defining acceptable behavior, reducing exposure to toxic people, and protecting emotional well-being. So I feel like when it comes to children, and if I'm actually defining this right, when it comes to children, I feel like for me personally, I the internet already basically comes for children, as you can see. Like, I don't get that concept. If you're
Say that
arguing
one more
with
time.
some
I'm sorry. What did you
no,
say?
like what the internet comes after children, even newborns.
What
So
do
it's
you
like I
mean?
don't
Comes after children?
like, you know how you can be like somebody, you'll post your baby on the internet and you got somebody in the comments, some random toxic person in the comments telling them your baby is ugly. I just feel like not I just feel like as me as a parent, if I ever have kids, I don't want to. expose my child to anything toxic at all. At
Can
all.
I say something real quick
Mm, mm,
as a parent, I was just like after my first kid, after having
mm,
Isaiah, I shared every moment. I was
mm,
ecstatic to be a mother because I lost so many babies, and
yeah.
for the longest I didn't even know if I could have kids. So when I
Yeah.
had my son, yeah, the world saw him.
Mm,
Do I have
yeah.
regrets? Yes, yes,
Yeah.
because even family members were like screenshotting pictures and posting them on their public pages. Like
Mm,
I had deleted my friend list. I have 60 people on my friend list and my personal page.
mm, yeah.
Um I limited the views as posting my
Mm,
kid. Only
mm,
the family could see it. Um but there was family members that had public pages
yeah.
and they, you know what I mean, they'd post it. And I'm like, dang.
Mm,
And not all of these family members run in the right crowd. So I was like,
mm,
I'm trying to be nice, but hey, don't be posting my kid like that. Like, no. Um,
yeah.
so when I had my daughter, I
Mm,
limited other people's access to this even more.
yeah.
And I didn't post pictures that stayed on the internet. I'd post like on my
Mm,
story
okay.
versus like posting on my page or my feed.
Mm,
Um, but like now, like that we are creating a public presence. I'm probably gonna put emojis over his face, over their faces when I
yeah,
post
I would say
them
that.
because I get cringe at the amount of groups that I'm in on Facebook and the amount
Mm,
of people who just post their kids or the
mm,
amount of people that have like 6 to 10K viewers and they're
mm,
posting their kids and I'm like, I
yeah.
get it because that's the day and age that we live in, but
Mm,
like y'all have to know that the day and age we live in gives creeps so much freedom, so much more
mm,
freedom than they once did.
mm,
So I also try to post pictures that are a little bit older than the
yeah.
now so that,
Right.
like my kids will know. And like I plan on explaining to my kids, if anybody ever tries to show you a picture of you and says they knew you, say that I'm going to teach them, say that's cool. Now you need to talk to my mom before you start talking to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely like stranger danger. And then there was
Mm,
another thing that came up. I can't remember the saying. I just seen it like the other day. But it's like
mm,
teaching your kids more than stranger danger about teaching them about creepy predators within the people you know, which is like, damn,
okay.
you really shouldn't have to do that if you're
And that's
keeping kids
sad.
safe. But like you also have to understand that people can hide their true selves very well.
Okay.
Okay, but let's get back
Period.
to setting boundaries
Yeah.
as
So
parents.
also with the meaning of that, it's to explain to children that they are engaging in wrongdoings and then further explain how those will lead to consequences if their behavior continues.
I like
Um,
that definitely because I
mm,
feel like a lot of times you're like, stop doing that.
yeah.
But you're not redirecting them. You're not letting
Mm,
them know, hey, stop doing that. That's not okay. It'll lead to
mm,
this. Not
yeah.
only do you do that, but I think you should also redirect. But
Yeah.
if you want to jump on a bed, you've got your trampoline. Or if you want to jump on the bed, you've got to wait for
Mm,
everybody to get off the bed. Like
mm,
if you want to act like a dinosaur, you got
mm,
a whole living room. Go act like a dinosaur. Like you just have to redirect. You can't just be like stop
yeah.
doing what you're doing. It's wrong. So I definitely agree
Yeah.
with that for sure.
You just reminded me of something too with that. My little brother, when he was little, was jumping on the bed. And my mom was like telling him, like, no, actually, no, she didn't tell him to. I don't know if she told him not to jump on the bed or what, but he was jumping on the bed and he jumped and hit the pointy edge of the dresser and he had a gap in his forehead. And the gap was just shooting blood everywhere. They called the ambulance, took him to the hospital. What is he doing? Jumping on the hospital bed. Baby,
Why
he
is
didn't
it
care. He didn't
so
care.
hard to keep boys alive?
He didn't care. That whole he wasn't even crying when it happened at all. My mom's holding his forehead. She moved her hand, blood shooting everywhere. And he's not
I would
doing
have
nothing but
fainted
sitting there
as a
looking.
mother. Call the police, I'm fainting. Like,
Bruh. Like I was like, and I don't think I was there. I didn't see it. My mom told me about it, but I'm just like, huh? Like, and then for the fact that you went to the hospital and still jumping, you
bro.
hello. And at the age he little, he don't know no better. He just think like, I'm cool. I can still jump. So he don't know like I'm in pain. I got a hole in the middle of my forehead that's just shooting blood. He didn't care. I was just like, dude. I was like, what is with boys? Y'all risk takers,
No, for
please, not
real.
me.
Like, I done lost the amount of times. I have no idea.
Mm, mm,
I lost count of the amount of times that my son done fell off the bed. But let me tell
Jesus.
you, my daughter, once in the 18 months she's been alive, she's fell off the bed
Mm.
one time.
Oh my
In my
lord.
son's first 18 months, yeah, that one fell off the bed like 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah,
It is
nah.
just so much harder to like keep
Bruh.
these boys alive.
I swear. Like, I'd be like, what is going on? Like, I'm like, oh, y'all different breed. For real.
Bruh.
Okay. Like,
And like the sad part is they start that young and they don't learn.
like, be for real. Like, are y'all cool? That's all I know. Like, what
Nah.
type of what do they have in their body that us as women don't? Where y'all feel like, let me do this. At a young age though, like I'm gonna tell you this will happen to you. You know you won't get hurt or something. Apollo. You know? But so dude, y'all can hear this is my firstborn. He's loud.
I can barely hear him.
Oh girl, he loud, honey. He is loud.
Is he breathing
Uh
like a grandpa?
girl, no, he just barking.
Oh,
He
for
just,
real?
yeah, he barking. Apollo.
Right now?
What he done now?
Girl, you got some
Um
good headphones. You can't hear nothing.
yeah, he was literally standing right behind me, but he's gone. Yeah, he was right behind me. His bark is loud.
That's crazy. I didn't hear anything.
Good. That's good though. All
Yeah.
right. So let's see. So limiting exposure to toxic people will limit the influence your child may experience. I like that. Like I said, your child, I feel like at a young age, children shouldn't have access to the internet. So the internet can influence them in a lot of ways.
Hmm.
And I feel like that influence happened with my little brother as to why he went down the path that he went down. But also, it was just the same position I was in, the lack of fatherhood. He didn't have that either. But he
Boys
wanted
need
it
their
so
fathers.
bad. He wanted it
Hmm.
so bad, so bad. And he had it for a moment, and it just I wouldn't say it got taken away from him. It was just that the person that was there for him didn't do what he was supposed to do. And it hurt my brother really bad, really, really bad. Like to the point where he wouldn't even tell me. Like he'll open up to me, but he wasn't a very open person. And that's one thing I feel like men struggle with too. They don't open up a lot, especially young boys. So I feel like, but yeah, the internet definitely influenced him and whatnot in a
Yeah,
bad
that's
way.
a very big topic for another day for sure. We
Yeah,
will have to cover the internet influences on children
yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah, for real. Do you have anything to say about the
Limiting exposure
exposure?
to toxic people?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to remind everybody that the children is not the children's responsibility to identify and limit themselves from
Mhm.
toxic people. It is
Yeah.
the parents' job. And we
Mhm.
need to start taking our jobs more seriously because we
Yeah.
are not prepping our kids for the future that they
Mhm.
are living in and they're going to be living in as adults. We need
Mhm.
so limiting exposure to toxic people, but not only limiting exposure, explaining to your kids that some people
Mhm.
you just can't hang around, even when you love
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Is so important because that's something that I don't know about you, but that's something I had to learn on my own.
Yeah.
You know, like of
Okay.
course my mom was like, you can't trust no man, you can't trust people, da da da. But you didn't explain why. You didn't
Mhm.
explain you didn't explain that for I'm thinking everybody deserves a chance. Now
Yeah.
I'm getting used and abused. So limiting
Yeah.
exposure to toxic people. I will give my mom that because she did that. She limited the
Mhm.
exposure to the toxicness of my father. And,
Yeah.
I can't even blame her for it because after meeting him, I'm like, yeah, buddy's toxic one of the most
Yeah.
toxicest people I've ever met, and it
Yeah.
makes my
Oh my
skin
God,
crawl.
bruh.
You okay?
Uh, no, did you just say that you're the most you're did you say y'all are the most toxic people? Did you just say that?
No, I said my dad.
Oh no, I know I heard you say dad, but I also thought you said yeah, we
Well,
are the most
come
toxic
on.
people.
I'm a little toxic. My
I
brother's toxic as can be.
mean,
My mama's toxic. So
hey,
yeah,
okay,
there's a little
yeah,
toxic in here, but I can identify, recognize, and baby, I'm trying to
okay,
change it. Okay. Nah,
okay.
you gonna ask my daddy, and he gonna be like, "Nah, ain't nothing wrong with me." So that's all I'm saying is limit your kids' exposure to toxic people.
For
Like Shay Shay said,
real.
for real. You can
For
continue, girl.
real. For real. You really gotta do that. Like that's big. You'll learn a lot.
Yeah,
You'll see the outcome. Because if you see the what's going on now, you wouldn't want your child to be around that. Also another one is always acknowledge that your child has feelings. And has a right to feel understood in the moment by explaining to them that you recognize those feelings. Like, let your children know that they're heard, that their feelings are valid.
yeah.
Everybody's
Even
feelings
if
are
you don't
valid, whether you're a child or
agree,
not. Yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean? It's just really important because
yeah,
they need to feel like they can speak up for themselves. It's I just hate that we keep our emotions and our pain to ourselves because people just ignore it, dismiss it, tell you you don't have the right to feel that way.
yeah,
No, if we feel this way, we have a right. Now you may not understand it, but you better
hmm,
respect it. And that
yeah.
starts with children. That starts with
Facts,
the children. How do you expect
facts.
children to learn and be empathetic to people when they grow up? You have to be
Yeah,
empathetic with them.
yeah,
I will say it's hard. There was a moment for a little bit where I got into a cycle of, look, Isaiah, I don't care right now. You need to
hmm,
listen. You know what I mean? And I
yeah,
have to readjust. Okay,
yeah.
buddy, how do you feel? Okay, I can understand that. Can I tell you how
Right.
I feel? Can I tell you what this is making me feel now? And we could
Hmm,
talk about our feelings together. Like sometimes you have to stop. Sometimes you have to stop the world around you
hmm.
and just cater to your children.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely agree with that. But also, I feel like with that, with acknowledging that their feelings are valid. Remember what I said? That comes from generations from the past. So instead of the parent deciding to fix and change that method, you're just tagging it along to your child for them to teach it to their children, for their children to teach it to their children. That's why it keeps going.
And that's
Switch
why
it
I'm
up,
doing my
change it.
hardest and I'm trying my hardest to break that type of cycle. I'm trying
Yeah.
to give my kids a safe place. Like mothers, we're their safe place.
Hmm.
No matter how much we want to be, that when they have an issue, they gonna come complaining to us, mothers
Hmm.
first. So like it's so important that we be emotionally available.
Yeah.
But it is one of the hardest things to accomplish when you have no experience to go off of. Just
Yeah.
know there's a way, and you just have to educate yourself if that's what you
I'm
have to do.
saying. Yeah, I'm
Now,
saying.
next on some of the healing limits that you can set as parents
Her.
is accountability and self-awareness, acknowledging the need for change and understanding how past experience affect current interactions. Basically, what we've been saying this entire time. It's the parent's responsibility to ensure change by leading with positivity instead of retaliation or consequence. Just because we experienced it doesn't mean our kids have to. I can't say that
Facts.
enough. Like I could say that over and over and like it has so many meaning to it because it's true. It's the truth.
That's facts. I agree. All right. Next is supportive relationships. Replacing fear-based interactions with nurturing ones that offer unconditional love rather than conditional approval. Basically understanding their initial thoughts doesn't tell them not to do it, and it's our duty to remind them peacefully and remind that their outcomes are based on what they decide to do once informed.
Facts.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't expect them to know what to do off bat. Okay. They
yeah.
forget so quick.
They're
Um,
children. What do you
yeah.
expect?
You gotta give them chances, for sure. And an explanation. They don't know why they don't always know why what they did was bad or
Yeah.
why it could be bad. You have to
Right.
explain it. I'm like, hey,
Right.
if you're going to, play with this stick, you can't play with it by people. You're going to poke somebody's eye out. We don't
Right.
want
Or
anybody
poke
to
your
go
own
to
eye
the
out.
hospital. So you need to
Yeah.
play with space, not, hey, quit freaking playing with that stick so close to people. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, it depends on what mental state
Yeah.
I'm in. It depends on what reaction you get. But I do my
Right.
best. Like if I'm a snap like that, I'm like, because do you understand what will happen if you don't listen? What will
Right.
happen. Somebody's eye will get poked out. Somebody will go to the hospital. Somebody will feel
Okay.
really bad and really sorry.
Man.
So like,
Shoot.
yeah, we have like, come on, who if we're not gonna teach our kids, who's gonna teach our kids? It's not the school's job,
Right.
it's not the daycare's job, it's not the babysitter's
Right.
job. It's our job as
Okay.
parents. Sorry.
But no, you good.
I
You
get
got
because there's I just noticed, like, no offense, but from 80s to now, what happened to good parenting? Not gentle, but good parenting. That shit is like, I'm just
mm,
like, yo, it's our duty to repopulate the world, and we fail so much at this parenting. And
yeah.
it's okay to fail in your daily struggles, but to fail
Mm,
in a whole as a whole parent, what the heck is wrong with you?
man, I definitely agree. It's just I also don't like the narrative. You just said something about like the school that some parents have that it's supposed to be the teachers that's supposed to teach the kids right from wrong. Who said that?
Nah,
I
they're supposed to
thought
know
you're
that
supposed to go
before
to
they go to
school to
school.
learn letters,
Mm-hmm.
numbers, shapes, colors. When did it say they had to learn that your child not supposed to do this, this? Oh, don't hit that person. I mean, I understand you'd be like, no, don't do that. But not to, put your middle finger up, don't do this, don't do that. That's not their job. That's not what
No,
they signed up for.
like
You
if
should
you
know that
can't,
when you went to
yeah.
school.
And if you can't teach your kids wrong from right with stuff like that, they have behavioral classes and courses that you can enroll your kid in. There is
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with going to get that extra help. There is nothing
Right.
embarrassing about it. You're not failing. If anything, you're doing better than most because you're taking the necessary steps. You're accepting what you cannot provide and going to
Right.
find that in the right places.
Yeah. 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 I agree. And also with reassuring your child that they are still, very much loved without using it as a parenting tactic, meaning their actions don't define the amount of love that their parents feel. So
You know,
always, always,
mhm.
always remind your children that they're loved
Yeah.
because it goes a long way.
Whenever me and my kids bump heads or we get frustrated trying to express ourselves to each other,
Mm-hmm.
at the end or the beginning, I'm like, hey, I love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do these things, it makes it hard to focus
Yeah.
on the love because I'm frustrated. It's making me frustrated or it hurts me or whatever I'm trying to explain.
Right.
Um, I I felt like growing up for me, I grew up on conditional approval. Oh, if you did
Mm-hmm.
this, you'll get good attention. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I had to do good to be treated good. Now, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily get treated bad,
Mm-hmm.
but like there was neglect. So like
Mm-hmm.
and then I did notice, like, compared to my brother,
Mm-hmm.
even when I did good, I didn't get that attention that he was getting when he was being bad. So shit,
Mm-hmm.
I got in a few fights. I fought for my attention from my mom. It didn't go the way I thought
Thanks.
it would. Let me tell you. So
Right.
it is important that you love your kids, even when they are teenagers. Even teenagers
Mm-hmm.
still need love.
Mm-hmm.
Reminders. They still need reminders that they are very much loved, no matter what. Like that's my biggest thing for my kids. I will always love you, but we may not be seen eye to eye on everything. And we
Yeah.
need to respect each other when we try to explain that to each other.
Yeah.
I'm trying to raise some mature children. So I try to talk to them in mature ways. Now, do I know that there might be some things that they do not understand? There might
Mhm.
be some things that I need to re-explain in a better way for them to understand. Yes. But once I can say it in a way I need to, then I can analyze, okay, what tweaks do I need to make so they get it, you know?
Right, right, right. True. That's true.
All
That
right.
is true.
So another thing on healing limits um is going to be prioritizing mental health. So
Ooh.
utilizing tools like therapy, a big one is mindful reflection, okay? And self-care to break generational cycles. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like this is, a very important part because
Oh shit.
if you don't help yourself first, you will struggle to help your children. And this is not only healing. I probably wouldn't even say this is healing limits, more as healthy
Mm.
limits. Because when you're
Yeah.
taking care of your health, then you can provide healthy limits off the bat. You're not having to
Facts.
heal past traumas. So I will definitely say that
Facts.
this is a healthy parental limit, and that
Mm.
is by investing in yourself. It's never
Yeah.
too late to change parenting techniques. Um,
Mm.
you just have to remember that there's acknowledgement of your acknowledgement that you may require additional investments, additional education, additional training. There are classes, there are books, there are
Mm.
experiences, there are groups. Invest in yourself, okay?
Mm.
Because you will, as a mother, you will always invest in everyone around you, waiting for the day to
Mm.
invest in yourself. It will not come. Invest in yourself,
Yeah.
okay?
I definitely agree with that. I really do.
Another part of healthy limits is just allowing your children to express their feelings, like we've said. Let them speak their mind.
Mm.
um, because when you do that, you're helping undoing patterns of forced compliance and silenced
Mm.
emotions.
Mm.
you know Even if you didn't necessarily make your kid feel like they couldn't speak up, it's your job to make them feel like they can, no matter what.
Mm. Yeah.
um Also, within healthy limits is, while small amounts of stress, positive stress, okay,
Oh
can teach
yeah.
resilience, you have to understand the toxic limit is crossed when that stress is severe. And that stress creates long term effects. And when that stress is just simply unsupported,
Mm.
that's when it becomes unhealthy, toxic limits. So you want to try to stay within those healing and healthy limits as much as you can. I
Mm.
wouldn't necessarily call yourself a failure if you end up in the toxic limits. We're all toxic to an extent. We're all trying to just better ourselves. So
Okay.
when you do notice that, acknowledge it 100%. That's what keeps you
Period.
in the healthy, parental limits. When
Mm.
you acknowledge what you need to better. Um, I will
Mm.
say, in my opinion, that we get a lot of our parenting techniques from our parents, from
Mm.
generational cycles. Um, and it can be hard to accept that. It can be hard to be honest about it, to acknowledge it, and you know what I mean? Just be like, yeah, dang, something that I thought was normal may not be good. Um, and it's not for you to be like, oh my gosh, I grew up this way thinking this was great. This was the way it's
Mm.
supposed to be, and it's not. I need to go lash out on the people that raised me. Don't do it. I've done it. I've
Right.
tried. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Um, just do better for yourself and your future and your children.
Extras.
I definitely don't have much parenting to go off of, so for me, it is definitely an everyday struggle. Okay,
Mm.
so I would love to hear some positive and healthy parenting tips from our fellow mothers in our community. So
Period.
ladies, definitely send me DMs on Instagram. The at is the city cowgirl underscore Mizzarella, Mizzirella. Okay.
Okay. Period.
I'm not ashamed to say I could use some tips, okay?
Okay. Period. Shoot me some fur baby tips too.
Yeah, that one's tough.
Oh,
It's hard for me to love
okay.
my fur babies. They didn't get on my nerve. Like, I got kids. I'm
Girl,
ready the first time.
trust me. The patience you gotta have with a child, the same patience you gotta have with a dog.
Except for them
Uh,
dogs
and I don't
don't
have that very
like
much.
understand. Yeah, it might be a little bit harder.
Man, okay, because it's just like it's like one thing to have a child that can talk, but to have a dog that don't speak nothing. Ugh, I'm struggling, baby. I gotta sit here and figure out what it is you're looking at. What do you want?
That is
And I'm just like,
hilarious.
asking you what you want, and you just staring at me. We just having a staring contest. Like, okay, like I don't know. I just be like, I don't know, and I go sit down, and they still following me, crying in my face. I don't know. Say something. Use your mouth. I don't know.
Yeah, at least when I say
Uh,
use your words, my babies try to use their words.
okay, I know. Especially. especially your son, girl. He be
You be
saying, I'll
hearing
be
him
like, okay.
talk, girl. You be
I was
talking
like,
it up.
okay,
And you say,
period.
and they say the ones that have that talk the most are very highly intelligent. So I know my son is gonna be
Yeah.
smart. So I gotta get him
Okay.
into an academy for sure.
Okay. I'm glad you understand him because sometimes I really don't. I'd be like, I just know he's saying his shit. I just know it. And as soon as he
Yeah.
done talking, I'd be like, period. Because I know he's saying something. Like I know he said some tea. I was like, period. Okay. I just know
He,
it.
he he definitely comes to me every day with something new, and I'm like, wow, dang, boy,
Okay.
you impressing me.
Okay, period. And I'd be like, I know it. He has some tea today. I'm already knowing. So also it being such a that's being such a big topic with a lot of parents learning as they go, as well as me as a fur baby mommy.
And or a
Um
auntie or someone who plans
okay.
on being a future mama, or someone
Okay,
who's gonna
okay.
make kids, yeah.
Period. Okay. We will definitely be circling back to this topic though, because it's a lot that goes into this. I feel like I learned a lot just from you, and hopefully, be able to learn a lot more from other mothers as well once y'all, send the DMs in.
Absolutely.
But all right. So now let's get to us, women in our healing journey.
Yes,
Let's
because
say
I'm
that.
freaking ready. That's what this podcast is
Okay.
all about. So let's get to
Period.
it. Let's start off by explaining what the healing journey means for us. You go first, Shay
Okay.
Shay.
All right. So, for me, a healing journey is being able to take the necessary steps to be able to let go and move on from pain or whatever past traumas that you have. Meaning that whenever someone brings up something that's a trigger to you or something that caused you to be hurt, it won't affect you because you took those steps to heal from it. It don't phase you, basically. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. That is like my dream goal
Okay.
here is
Okay.
to not react when I am
Hmm.
oh so very triggered and
Okay.
sometimes rightfully so.
Hmm.
But it is my job as the adult to not let these actions show. But I am a
Okay.
crash out queen, so it's very hard for me.
Bruh, not a crush out queen is crazy. Uh-uh.
So for me, a healing journey is pretty much my life's goal at this point. But
Mhm.
I have recognized that it doesn't just start with I want to heal, so I'm healing. I'm healing.
Mhm.
Like, no, okay, don't work that way.
Mhm.
I tried. So for me, it starts with getting out of the denial that of believing that the pain that has been caused to you
Mhm.
doesn't have any effect to this day.
Okay.
Even I feel like even if some of the things that I went through, if I talked about them in the moment or like I handled them the way they needed to be handled with therapy or whatever,
Mhm.
um I think that yes, there would be some healing, but like I feel like healing is an everyday thing no matter how far along you are in your journey.
Yeah.
So I guess I want to recognize that I could be still affected from the things that I experienced from childhood.
Mhm.
Also need to accept the fact that even if I do recognize these and heal from them,
Mhm.
that I will always be healing from them. That was
Yeah.
a hard recognition that I had to, accept that
Mm.
just because you want to be healed doesn't mean that it goes away. No,
Yep.
healing for me is like even though you're healing, it's still gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Even when you feel like your healing journey is completed, there'll still be times where you feel that pain. But like you said, it's what
Mhm.
you do when you are feeling that and what you do that's triggered that's important, how you react.
Yeah.
Um, I just know, with that being said, getting out of the denial also helped me open my eyes to like
Mhm.
some of my own toxic traits that I want to
Mhm.
change, because
Mhm.
like I did have to acknowledge that I am reacting to these things that I claim have no effect on me when they
Mhm.
obviously do.
Right.
So it was a lot of self recognition at first.
Mhm.
But that's just step one when it comes to my healing journey.
Yeah.
Where to go from there is obviously going to be uphill. I'm never going to stop trying and striving and thriving through. But I do know that it's something that I can't do on my own. So I
Yeah.
am hoping to get, therapy or psychiatrist in the future.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
hoping that this podcast will help. I'm hoping
Facts.
that this podcast will open avenues for women and mothers like me,
Right.
you know. But the goal here is to try to cover a little bit of our journey each episode. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
like bombard ourselves. I don't want to re-trigger ourselves in the
Mm-hmm.
process. So
Yeah.
we'll do this slowly. We'll do this with whatever speed we need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm just hoping that at the end of all this, we are healing for the better.
Yeah.
With that being said, I know that we picked or wrote some poems to kind of
Okay.
explain where we currently are
Uh-huh.
in our mind frame. So I guess if you
Per.
wanted to
Per.
explain yours before we share, you can definitely do
Yeah.
that.
So the poem I chose is from a book, it's a poetry book by Suzanne Z. The name of the book is called The Metamorphosis of You. And that book is basically explaining a girl going through a heartbreak and having to heal from that heartbreak, but the trials and tribulations that you go through to get to the healing point, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, do we know what metamorphosis means?
Metamorphosis, I think, is
Like different
uh
phases, right?
I don't know, I think that
I'm
has to do with
freaking know.
freaking the phases of a butterfly, I thought. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
caterpillar to cocoon to
Mm.
butterfly.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
Um,
in like the picture on the front of the book, it looks like a butterfly to me, but it also looks like a moth. So I'm just like, I don't know. It looks like a butterfly.
do you know what I found out yesterday when we were
Hmm.
going over the script?
Hmm.
Um, that that purple butterflies is a symbol for
Lupus.
lupus.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I got a butterfly on my arm, but it's
I
red.
love that for you. And then now you have this book that,
Mm-hmm.
like that to me is, the universe aligning small things for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I
Yeah.
love that. I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I think I would love to hear your poem if you wanted to just share it. It sounds
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So it says, I am loved by the people around me for my empathy and ambition. I am loved by the moon and her stars for recognizing their beauty. I am loved by the butterflies in my garden for providing them with sweet nectar. But most importantly, I am loved by myself for taking care of my heart. Oh my God. Cultivating my crafts, tending to my soul. I am loved, and that's enough, even if it's not by you. So basically, what the poem is saying that even though the person that she was in a relationship with, if you don't love me like I love me, at the end of the day, I still have love for me, and I still love me whether you love me or not. Yeah, pretty much.
I love
That's
that.
what she's saying.
To talk about it a little bit real quick.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh
I
wait, you want
think
me to talk about it or you?
me,
Oh
girlie.
yeah. Go, oh.
Uh, where I was going is because you said something inspiring. The
Yeah.
whole you may not be loved like you want to by the next person, but
Yeah.
you still love yourself. And
Yeah.
that takes a lot of practice, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. It
Because when
does.
you are being disappointed by the love that you're receiving from other people, it is
Mm-hmm.
easy to try to look in the mirror and think that it's something that you're doing or there's something
Yeah.
that's wrong with you. It
Yeah.
is easy to kind of be your own personal bully. So to
Mm-hmm.
continue to love yourself while someone, makes you question it or someone tries
Mm-hmm.
to steal that self-love that you have for yourself
Mm-hmm.
it takes strength
Yeah, it
100%.
does. It
Um
does.
I want to read that book. Oh, I want to read that
Oh
book.
yeah. Telling you. I'm
Like
telling you.
that's some stuff I need to look in the mirror every day and say to myself.
Mm.
You know what I mean? A
Mm-hmm.
reminder. Baby girl, love yourself even though the world ain't loving you back. Love
Right.
yourself. I love
Give
that.
yourself
Yes.
affirmations every morning.
Yeah.
Speak those words into yourself, and you'll love yourself a whole lot more than you do now.
See, and I think that's where I struggle because, like, from the minute I wake up, well, I wake up early, but it's not
Hmm.
like, but I feel delusional when I go stand in the mirror and talk to myself. So I stopped doing
Yeah. The
that.
oh my God.
So by the time I'm up and actually moving, I've waited for the family to wake up. So then I don't really
Yeah.
have much time. So it's
Yeah.
definitely I definitely have to manage my time a little bit better to invest in
Hmm.
myself. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was beautiful. I
You
freaking
have
loved it.
to. You even like you said in earlier when we were talking, you have to be able to love yourself before you start being able to love other people. Speak life into yourself before you feel like you be able to speak life into other people. It
Yeah.
starts with you
And
first.
yeah, I agree. Now, I will say, like, that shit's hard
Yeah.
because it's a lot easier to love the next person because you get the
Mm.
full view of them, where you've
Yeah.
gotten your own point of view of, you'll get a whole different point of view of yourself.
Yeah.
But that's why I spend a lot of time looking in the mirror
Hmm.
because first of all, I need to like say some things that I might not be able to say out loud to anybody else. I say to myself in the
Yeah.
mirror. And that
Right.
helps me kind of figure out where I stand mentally about myself. And then
Hmm.
that'll help me be like, all right, today I can't love you. Today I have to love myself because I haven't loved
Yeah.
myself enough. Now,
Yeah.
I have not gotten to that point where I said that, but I'm on my way to that now that we've been focusing on our healing journey. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to advocate for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I need it. Um, I've tried recently. It's a little
Hmm.
disappointing,
Hmm.
um, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna stop. I am my own
Yeah.
advocate, and I have to advocate for myself because if I keep letting things go the way they are or go in ways that make me unhappy, I'm never gonna be able to, you know what I mean, move forward.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm all about self-love, just trying to learn how to do it right.
Listen, when you drop that baby, honey, we're gonna take a girls trip where we can just focus on being happy
Bro.
within ourselves.
Need that
For
100%. I
real.
need
For
it. I need it.
real.
Okay. I haven't had a break from my kids since my son was born and he's turning
Mm.
4 in a few days. So, like, I
Huh?
need that or
A
whatever, like, for
break
sure.
for that
Um,
long? You haven't
Girl,
gone.
the only time I had a break from my kids
Jesus,
is when I went to work.
girl, you lying.
Yeah, and then the one time I went out when my son was 2, I went out with my friend. We went to the club or we
Uh,
went clubbing, bar hopping or whatever. But I was on hour restrictions. I had to be back, you know what I mean? Because my cousin had to work in the morning. But
oh,
I barely made it back. I ain't even gonna lie, I did some fucked up shit that day, trying to get back to her house. We ain't gonna get into that. The point is I
okay.
really haven't had much time to myself, if
Oh
any.
yeah,
But
we definitely will
all
get that
right.
done for sure. For sure.
Yes, please. Please be my advocate when I don't advocate for
Okay.
myself.
Okay. Oh Lord. Oh, why? Let's hear your poem.
Absolutely. So, just to remind everybody, I don't even think I even said it one time, but I am a sad girl to the bone, baby. Okay. And there's
Ooh.
nothing wrong with that. I'm a sad girl. I live my sad girl life, but I am also very happy and encouraging and loving and all the great things that you can think of. Okay.
Okay.
With
Per.
that being said, I have a little bit of a depressing poem, but it's just to show like where I came from and where I'm trying to go. So it may be a little dark and gloomy now, but it won't always be. There's rainbows at the end, trust me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And they got
All right.
many.
So let's get to it. I have named this poem called Who's That Woman But Once Was a Girl. She was born just a girl. She loved like a girl would. She was used and abandoned like a girl gets done. But hey, who cares? She's just a girl. So she cried like a girl would cry, and she broke like a girl would break. Heck, she might have even died like a girl could have died. But hey, who cares? She's just a girl. Well, this girl is older and wiser now. This girl is a woman, and the woman in her has fully awakened. The woman in her is fiery and she is ready to conquer her world. But never be mistaken. This healing journey isn't over, it's just the beginning. So now she's just a woman on a healing journey, just a woman who can't be affected by what is said about her, just a woman trying to seek approval for her family. This fiery woman is the fire, and her flame is eternal and everlasting. She's that woman. And all she wrote was, "It's not impossible, and you are not alone."
Girl,
I
listen,
felt like I said
okay.
that with so much confidence this
Okay.
time.
I'm telling you, I need you to
How
like
do we
make
do
that big. I need you to like
it?
really make that like big so I can frame that and put it on my wall. Because
Yeah,
my
I
walls are
got you.
naked. I need to
I
put
should
some on
call
the
it "That
wall.
Woman"
Okay.
because that's what it
Okay.
is.
That woman, that part, yes, I love it. I love it. I really
Oh
do.
my gosh, I'm
I
out of
need it
coffee.
though. Write a
I need
book.
coffee. Girl, it's
Write
coming
a
to you
poetry
soon.
book.
I'm trying to wait until I'm closer to, the end of my healing journey. So I have
Mm,
got everything that I've learned, but that is
yeah.
the goal here. I I love words. I love writing essays. I love writing stories. I love writing poems.
Shoo.
I just love education.
Write
I
it
love
while you
English.
healing. That's when the best ones come out. Because
Yeah,
it's like, it's like you're talking about your story, so put it in a poem
I
of
feel it.
what it's taking you to get to, the end of healing. I will read it.
That's
I
true.
would. And if nobody else will, I will, and I will force people to read it. You're gonna read it. I would.
You're the best. We gonna be forcing
Yes.
people together. Come buy my book. Don't be shy. Buy
Okay.
my book.
Buy
Buy
it
my
now.
book.
Okay.
But don't worry, y'all
Okay.
got time. Y'all got time. My book ain't coming out for years. I don't even know where to start.
Okay. But it's coming, Triz.
One day you'll see my book on the
Okay.
shelves, baby.
Period. Barnes and Noble. Okay. Period.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've never been more excited or motivated to heal. I definitely need this
Yeah.
podcast. I definitely need this time for us to focus on ourselves and each other. I'm just really excited.
For real. I definitely agree. I feel like with healing, it's gonna feel like a weight getting lifted off your shoulders. Like, 'cause it's like you feel like and it's crazy how you feel the weight get lifted off your shoulders when like something's heavy been weighing on you. So to be able to actually feel like to get the feeling of knowing what healing feels like, it's gonna feel amazing. I just know it. I just feel like it's a light at that
I like
tunnel,
that.
and it's there. It's waiting for me. We're waiting. Yeah. So
You see it? You see the light?
I see it. I see it. It's
Good.
getting there.
See, and for me, it's a little harder because, like, talking about it doesn't really lift a lot
Yeah.
of the weight off my shoulders
Mm,
because it's just so much weight. So I'm
mm,
hoping that talking about it is the start,
yeah.
but I know I'm a little iffy on like where to go next. I will give you
Yeah.
that. So I probably
Yeah.
definitely need a little bit help figuring out now, like once we do trauma dump, what do we do with
Yeah.
it? You know what I mean?
That's
Because I don't
true.
want us to be apping each other like, oh my God, like, of course we don't deserve it. And of course, what is done is going to be
Yeah.
wrong. Well, whatever we share, but
Right.
like, and like, we'll probably cry together here and there. But I'm just
Okay.
like, like what are the next steps? I think because you just had an amazing book, um, I think we should pick like a healing book to read together. Um,
Ooh, like a
and
mini
maybe
book
bring it to the
club.
podcast. I don't know. What do you think?
Yes, I would love that. I would see. I'm a poetry book though, so it have to be a poetry book.
No,
Unless
and I'm okay with that. I like
her,
poetry books.
hey,
And then anything else, we'll start with poetry, but like a lot of
mm,
healing books are like lists and stuff like that you can
yeah,
work on too. They're not like dictionary or school books where it's a bunch of information and you're expected to fucking remember it all. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So we definitely should look into that for sure.
I would definitely want to do that. For me, what I meant by the light at the end of the tunnel, just means like, not that I'm saying like I feel like I'm taking the right steps into healing. It's more of I know that I have to look at it in a positive way. I can't look at it in a negative way. Anything that I go into, if I think negative, that's just where my mindset's gonna go. I always think positive about like when I get to that point when I actually do start, and I feel like when I accomplished it, it's gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. There's gonna be something there, positive, not negative too.
And see, that's what I love about you because I'm the
Mm.
opposite. Okay.
Oh my
And
god.
that's why I thought getting together with you, doing this podcast, it would be good for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like you're super soft, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna teach this girl how to protect herself a little bit more. She can teach me how to be more understanding and soft because I am so
Bro,
hard and stuck
you
in my
sound like my
masculine
mom.
energy. Oh,
You sound like
whatever.
my mom. You do, because she don't like that. She don't like that I'm too nice either. She's like, you're just too nice for me. I don't like that.
What's your
I'm
mom's
like,
zodiac sign?
Virgo.
Oh, my daughter's a Virgo.
Hey.
I love
Hey.
that. And see, I
Yeah.
always knew your mom was good people's, like straight up. So,
Yeah.
hey, you might need to take her notes there and understand she might be right in that situation, girl. You be too nice.
I
Ugh.
know. I can't help it.
How your favorite singer Meg Thee Stallion and you this motherfucking nice.
Bro, don't do me. Oh my God, don't do me.
I'm
I
just
love
kidding.
Megan. That's my girl.
H Town,
Okay,
baby.
okay. I don't know
No,
what
when I
to
was in
think.
Houston, when I was living in Houston, yeah, I was banging Meg like every day.
Okay, that's
For
my
sure. Now,
girl.
now I'm where J. Cole from. So you know I'm banging
Oh
J.
yeah.
Cole.
Oh, speaking of J. Cole, real quick. Are you going to this concert?
No, you wanna know why?
Oh,
Because
what?
the minute we hopped on the damn waiting list, there was like
Mhm.
6,000 people in front. This shit was sold out. The minute they opened the wait list, it was sold out.
God,
Now there is someone selling one ticket, and I'm like, dang,
should
I
you
should
go?
go. But
Right.
like, I'm in a place where he shows up
Hmm.
randomly and
Hmm.
everywhere. Okay, and I'm like, damn, we done, girl. He done been to the gas station where I get gas. I'm like, dang, how am I missing you? Dang, parenting. Let me tell
Right.
you, I can't go out to the streets. I can't be in no hot girl shit. I'm over here raising my
Mm-mm.
kids. So every time he's out here, I'm finding out the day later, or I can't get no babysitter to go see him. So I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
gosh. And now he's gonna go play basketball in a different country. I'm like, motherfucker, you better come back here.
Okay.
I'm
Shoot, my
over
cousin
here
going.
internet stalking. I'm trying to stalk in real life. Get your ass back here.
Bro, my cousin going. He just told me like a week or two ago that he said he just bought like a ticket
Where?
to go
Which
in
location?
Minnesota. In Minnesota.
See, yeah, they have one in Charlotte and Fayetteville out here, and I'm just like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, how am I missing this
Yeah.
man? Like he went downtown and dropped his album. He was there at a night at a drop, and I'm like, but if you felt
Yeah.
the energy in the air when he dropped his album, like we drove around listening to his album, and we were like, I just knew everybody was doing the same thing. It was awesome. It was awesome. Like, everybody was
Okay.
on J. Cole's wave that night. I felt that shit. It was great.
Bro. Oh my God.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to touch base before we tie things up today?
No, that was it. This was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Happy grand debut of the podcast. I think it was a good start.
Okay.
I think we've got so much more to get into. So we're
Right.
always gonna have something juicy to talk about, like
Okay.
100%.
For
If
real.
there's, like we said earlier, if there's anything that our viewers want to talk about, send us emails, send us topics, send us whatever you need to send.
For
Um,
real.
I honestly, I know we could talk forever, so we can definitely, this definitely feels like a good stopping point.
Hmm.
Obviously, this conversation doesn't, these conversations that we've brought up does not stop when our podcast does.
Okay.
Our DMs are open, like I just said. And before we give a little bit of a trauma dump as we try to explain the hurt we're trying to heal from, we do want to cover a few more things. So don't expect no trauma dump on episode 2. Expect it like
Okay.
episode 4 or 5.
Right.
Um,
We might get a
we'll
little
probably,
emotional. Bring your tissues.
yeah, like for real. And I'm gonna do my hardest not to cry. Just know I give really awkward smiles when it's like time to get emotional. Like, you
Like,
okay?
yeah.
Ooh, uh,
Bro.
but I care 100%.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to deal with emotion very well when it comes to other people
Bro.
because I'm like, I know that I just need to cry. Don't look at me. I'm crying. Like I just need to cry it out, and then we can talk. Don't ask me if I'm
Bro.
okay. So like when I see people cry, I'm like, oh, they crying.
Bro.
Like, and I look the other way. I'm like, shit. Do they see me
They
looking at them?
cry.
Like
Bro.
so, and then I'm like, you good? Like, you okay? Like obviously you're
Just
not.
out
You're
of
fucking
nowhere.
crying.
Bro. Like, you
So
good?
I just want to say I struggle with being the emotional support people need. But no, I understand your emotions. I just don't know how to be like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to rub your back. You know what I mean?
No,
Nobody
I
rub my
definitely get it. I'm the
motherfucking back.
same way. I'm the same way. When people be crying with me, I just be like,
And then I
I was
smiled
like,
through my
oh,
cries. I'm like, sorry.
but it's like if I can relate to your situation, I'm just sitting here like, what do I do next? Then it's like when you're done, I'm like, are you all right? It's basically what you
Also,
said. Are you all
yeah. And I
right?
also don't like to speak because, like, my first instincts, my first responses are kind of toxic. Who made you cry?
Yeah,
What? Let's go fuck him up. Like,
bruh.
oop. I mean, oh damn, that sucks. Did you cuss them out? Like,
Yeah,
like I ain't got no damn
like
chill.
that.
So I'm just
Right out
like,
the bag,
let me shut up and listen. Like, shut up. But
bruh.
okay. Anyway, so our next topic. Oh my gosh. So our next episode will definitely be aired around Mother's Day. So on top of covering more about healing, we want to cover mother's postpartum, along with some coverage on women's physical health. There's a lot of
Mhm,
unspoken struggles that us women face in our health
mhm,
these days. And then we plan on ending, with talking about women's wants and needs. And we know that the list
bruh.
can go on and on forever, so we won't get into it all. But that is what we're looking for our next episode.
Period.
We hope everyone enjoyed joining us on our debut and continue to tune into our podcast. We have lots of wild topics to get to, and we are trying our best to hold our horses, y'all. Because man,
Okay.
we wanted to jump in on this episode. We wanted to dive right in, and we were like,
Period.
nah, girls, chill, okay, City
Bruh.
Cowgirls, chill.
Okay.
uh,
Thanks.
but don't worry, we get into it, okay? We get into it. We like to talk. To support us and our healing journeys, check out our boutique at citycowgirlboutique.com. To get updates on our podcast, just click the City Cowgirl podcast tab on our website.
What the heck? All right. So just a reminder, if there's anything that you want us to bring up during our conversations or a story that you need to get off your chest, sorry. We will shoot us an email or a DM on our Insta pages and we will cover them here at the City Cowgirl Podcast.
Hey, don't forget
Okay.
to follow us on Instagram, starting with our boutique at citycowgirl.boutique. Then you've got my page at the City Cowgirl _ Miserella. And then you
Yep.
have Shay Shay's page at Lachey _ 29. That is
Period.
LASHEA _ 29.
Period.
All right. Well, until next
Till next
time, City
time, stay
Cowgirls,
true.
stay true and stay wild.
All your horses in
Bruh.
place.
Oh my goodness.
Keep
That
your
was
eye
funny.
on your lane. Steady with your pace. I know it's been so hard to go against the 10. I know you want that to win.
Oh my god.